Something happened the other day that kind of freaked me out. You see, the other day I came back home after a long shift at the hospital and decided to go outside with a cup of tea to wind down and relax. I sat down on a bench outside intending to relax, but as soon as I sat down, my phone pinged with a notification. Now, because I was trying to remain relaxed, I decided to ignore it, but a couple of seconds later, my phone pinged again with an email notification. This time I opened that email notification only to be reminded of a deadline that's looming. And for a split second, I thought, okay, let me forget about relaxing. Let's go back inside and quickly get some work done. But I thought to myself, no, I've had a long day. Let's relax and we'll get to it when it needs to be done. But of course, by now, I was already distracted. And what's crazy is that almost automatically, while I was thinking all this, my phone was suddenly in my hand and I was automatically scrolling through Instagram. And with every scroll, I was still thinking about that deadline while at the same time being distracted by all these things on social media. In a nutshell, what was supposed to be a relaxed afternoon turned into a distracted, anxiety-filled mess. And here's the problem. This isn't just something that happened to me. This is something that's happening to all of us every single day across the world. And it's called brain rot. Brain rot is the deterioration of your mental and intellectual state as a result of overconsumption of digital material, social media, emails, Zoom meetings, YouTube videos, instant notifications. All these things constantly pinging us throughout the day, overwhelming us to such an extent that we no longer can get any meaningful work done. When was the last time you scrolled through social media for just 1 minute and then stopped and then carried on with something more productive? Because you see, this doom scrolling has now reached a stage where the average person spends about 7 hours on their phone a day. That's right, 7 hours. That's more than most people sleep in a day. And what's worse is that the blue light from our phones worsens the quality of our sleep anyway. So we have a situation where you're using your phone to cut away from your sleep time, and your actual sleep quality is also worse. So it's this never-ending cycle that's happening. But here's what's even worse. Your brain cannot differentiate between what's important and what's not important, and it treats every single action as a task. So each social media post, each video you watch, every single email you respond to is treated in equal light as that important piece of work that you need to do, resulting in the fact that your productivity actually goes down by up to 40%, almost half as productive, because your brain isn't designed to be switching through all these different tasks so quickly all the time. And that's why after spending an hour doom scrolling on your phone, you have no energy left to actually get up and get some work done, because you've used up so much mental energy while you were using your phone. Because before, you got your dopamine hit from just 5 videos watched, but over time your brain gets desensitized and suddenly you need 50 videos to give you that same dopamine rush. And you end up in this vicious cycle where you need more energy to fulfill your dopamine rush of doom scrolling, and you have even less energy at the end of the day to get actual work done. It doesn't give your brain a rest, and it's why people say it leads to a sense of brain rot. So what can we do about it? What are the things that you can do to take back control of your life? Well, of course, awareness of the problem is the first step, but here's 4 things that you could start with today to take back control of your brain. 1 is by replacing consumption with creativity. Studies show that blocking out time to focus on creative tasks, be it writing, drawing, painting, goes a long way in reducing your anxiety levels, number 1, but also boosting your focused attention, giving you a sustainable dopamine-filled reward over time that is also restorative in energy. 2, focus on deep work for 30 minutes at a time. Using the Pomodoro technique, where you work for about half an hour at a time, you can now train your prefrontal cortex to focus on given tasks 30 minutes at a time, training it like how you would train a muscle. You're basically relearning how to focus without distraction. And what constitutes deep work? Well, deep work in a nutshell is uninterrupted, focused work in a field of interest to you. So build an environment that is distraction-free so that each time you get into that environment, you automatically get into a state where you know you'll be sitting down undistracted for deep work for about half an hour. This training of your prefrontal cortex will then build momentum so that it becomes easier over time. 3. Go outside for uninterrupted physical activity. So this combines the idea that going outside automatically reduces your stress levels and combines it with physical focused activity. You see, in that story I told you at the start of this video, the key mistake I made was that I took my phone with me. So choose an area that you enjoy or that automatically calms you down, and instead of just sitting down, combine it with some physical activity of your choice, something also that you enjoy. And this will, I guarantee you, go a long way in helping you recharge your body and your mind, while at the same time the endorphin release from physical activity will drastically reduce your anxiety and sense of overwhelm, while at the same time increasing your physical fitness. It's an overall win-win situation. And 4, sleep is still a priority. You cannot talk about caring for your brain and not talk about sleep. In fact, I explain why in this video right here. Check it out after this one. But what you could immediately do today is set aside a rule for yourself that there are no screens allowed in your bedroom before bed. What you want to do is create a nighttime routine that your brain starts to learn. It will automatically turn into a habit that as soon as you enter into this routine, your brain prepares itself for deep quality sleep. If you'd like a whole video on the perfect sleeping routine, let me know in the comments below. So the next time you're stuck in an endless scroll, remember that your brain is being hijacked. And the only way to escape this is to create, to focus, and to design your routines to automate balance into your life. With this, over time, you'll steadily take back control of your brain and ultimately your life. But our brains are so overwhelmed in this distracted world around us, with dopamine at the forefront. And if you want to learn how to take back control of your life by controlling your dopamine, click on this video right here where I will show you exactly how. I'll see you there.